When you think about cars that Evo loves, you probably think about things like the Lotus Elise or the Pagani Zonda, possibly even, I don't know, Porsche 911? What you probably don't think about is something with wheel clearance like this, the Skoda Yeti. Within the Yeti range you can get pretty much whatever you want. Everything from a 1.2 petrol with two-wheel drive to this, the most powerful 2-litre diesel with four-wheel drive. It puts out 168 brake horsepower and 258 pounds-foot of torque. So just what is it that we like about the Yeti? Well, 0 to 62 miles an hour in 8.4 seconds isn't going to set the world on fire. Having said that, it's not so slow that it's actually going to worry you too much either. However, it's what it does in the corners that's interesting. That tall ride height and the sort of rather boxy looks of it mean that you'd have thought it would be absolutely terrible. But it doesn't roll too much and it feels really light on its feet. This diesel doesn't feel perhaps quite as sharp as the petrol version with a slightly larger engine at the front, but it's still very, very good. You seem to have real feel as to what's actually going on in the corners, and it's genuinely entertaining. It's not just an understeering mess. The other thing about that tall ride height is the fact that it, rides, to be honest. So you can go down a bumpy road and not have to worry about getting deflected offline or scraping a splitter. The manual gearbox is an extra bonus, as most of the time you'd expect to find an automatic. But I suppose it's a trait of how much fun this car is that you really appreciate having a manual in it. So while we love driving things like Elises and Zondas and, yes, 911s, in some ways there's genuinely no more exciting thing than finding Evo credentials in an unlikely package. And there's no better exemplar of that than the Skoda Yeti. So it's an Evo 4-star car.